Watch a quick YouTube video, good like cat penetration kill spots, and you'll see a bunch. However, the easiest, most consistent way for me was to play war mode, and there is a particular spot as the attacker on phase 3, and then there's a middle lane. If you're looking down that hallway right before you enter it, there's a piece of wood that's just like hanging on the wall, and it's like half covering the opening. So I would just be standing right in front of that piece of wood with my cat. I would live ping them. I would strafe left, and then I would shoot at my live ping, and I would get a pen kill each and every single time. Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. we are live, or not live. We're recording.
Why are you laughing?
Welcome to I'm laughing at our Discord, which everyone should join if they also want to laugh. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 386. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today is a day.
It's December 23rd. It's Saturday, December 23rd. Yeah.
That's what some people are saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, according to my calendar, today is the 15th, and
Really?
we are pre-recording this since Tanner will be out of town by the time you are listening to it.
The 23rd, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be out of town that day. Yep.
So
out of state, actually.
Out of state.
How do you know when to say out of town, out of state, out of country? What's the line? Where do you draw the line? It's just out of town. I mean, can you just say it for anything? If I'm going to Australia, can I say I'm going out of town? You can, right?
Yeah, technically, I guess.
Yeah.
I think you go as insignificant as possible. Or no, you go as significant as possible.
Interesting.
So if you're going out of the country, you say it. But if you're going out of state, anyway. Welcome to the show. Today is in fact the 15th. Tanner and I are pre-recording this on a Friday afternoon. Currently, and hopefully not by the time you guys are hearing it, I guess we'll see, the snake shot tier akimbo is completely busted, broken, overpowered. They had intended on doing a quick little weapon balance patch before Raven is who I mean, went off on vacation. And one of the changes they said they made in the patch notes, where they lied, we now know, was that they nerfed the akimbo tier, TYR, whatever, pistols, snake shot. But they accidentally actually buffed them, and they are the best gun that's ever been in Warzone. So hopefully, I'm happy to be recording this because I wanted to play Warzone today. Now I super don't. I'm not interested in getting snake shotted from 15 meters. That doesn't sound super fun or exciting to me. So hopefully you guys are not dealing with that, and I'm not dealing with that by the time you're hearing it. But nonetheless, we are pre-recording this. Tanner's going to be out of town when you hear it. I might be indisposed as well. I probably will be because I can be. And today what we're going to be doing is finishing off the camo grind tips and tricks episode that we have planned on doing. So what we're going to do today is go through the camos we've already covered a little bit in case we missed anything, because we did miss a couple things. And then we're going to get into some specific tips and tricks for you for all the guns on the Forged and Priceless camos. So part 1, we gave tips on every base camo and every gold camo, Gilded camo, that required tips. And now we're going to do the same for Forged and Priceless. So between these two parts, These will be tips and tricks in detail on every single multiplayer camo challenge in your Interstellar grind. Tanner and I obviously have Interstellar, the mastery camo. I do have Interstellar, by the way. So now is a good time to record this. And by the time many of you are hearing this, you're probably around Forged and Priceless. And even if you're not, you can go listen to part 1 and then part 2. Now, if you've already finished the camo grind, you might be like, "Aw, shucks. I'm not going to get anything out of this." Wrong. There will still be some tips and tricks in here for you, even if you finish the camo grind. There's some little details that will carry over from beyond just the camo grind. And also, we're going to end the episode kind of talking about how much we enjoyed the camo grind, what was done well, what was done poorly, and what kind of camo grind we would want next year. What should have been different with this camo grind. So even if you have finished it, I think that will be at least an interesting conversation for you to hear. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the plan, yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's not a very
Indeed.
Merry Christmas for us because we probably haven't even received a donation for Christmas or anything. So pretty cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah.
It may not be merry for us at all. So yeah. You guys are the worst, man, aren't they?
They're pretty bad. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, other than that, I guess we will. Man, I thought I had something else I wanted to add.
Yeah, so this is going live. Anything we need to mention for the next week after this goes live? I don't think so. Schedule will be back to normal the following week you're hearing this.
You're listening for the jingle. Here it is. I don't think we have any more announcements. I don't know.
The hangout was fun. Had a good time.
Yeah, totally.
We did. So, yeah. What's on the Christmas menu? Just the classic?
We're going to get some Mexican from a really good place called Hot Tamales. Change it. Around us for Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And then Christmas proper. Yeah, the classic. The good old prime rib.
Interesting. Yeah, Sierra's
With
mom
hella
texted
sides.
us and she was like, "What do you want me to make for dinner on Christmas Eve?" And I've been thinking about it. I need to give her something.
Get
What should I say?
Stonefire.
It's funny you say that because I'm going to a Christmas party tomorrow night at a friend's house and they're catering Stonefire.
Ooh. Those are some good friends.
Yeah.
This
Oh, wow.
is
This
so
place
good.
you mentioned does look really good.
It is good.
Oh my
yeah.
God, they have
The
so many
are
reviews.
super good.
Holy.
We've had it and it's really solid. Yeah.
Dude, 2,200 reviews on Google? That is a ton of reviews.
I think they had a smart business. What they'll do, Yelp will give you these if you're a business. You like email them and you're like, "Hey, I want one of those like we're on Yelp little like sticker things."
Yep.
Laminates that you put in the doorway. Like, we want one, and they'll give you it for free because Yelp wants that. Because then more people go to their website, obviously. You do that and you say like, if you show us a Yelp review, you get a free soda or you get like $5 off or something. That's what smart restaurants do.
Yeah.
And they don't say you have to review 5 stars, but what kind of asshole is going to do a 1-star review, show it to you, and then get a free like Pepsi or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It's a smart strat. I bet you that's what they did.
That's probably it. Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's got to be it. The food looks interesting. It's like, it's not classic Mexican. It's like your state Mexican. And it looks like they have some of these little side dishes look super interesting and good.
Yeah,
But it's
that
like,
bread that you're seeing, that soft
there's an interesting
it's so
combination of
good.
veggies I keep seeing on plates, which like you wouldn't get that at a normal Mexican place, but it looks really good. It's like corn. I can't tell, onions. I don't know, but it looks really yummy. Yeah, that's a little yummy. Ooh, yummy, yummy. That one doesn't look very good. Yeah. Okay.
You got to pay attention, man. Here, look at my camera.
Oh, I've been looking at you.
This is now the sign for my dog is barking, so talk.
Oh, is that what that means?
That's now what that means, yeah. So now that we're on the same page. If you don't hear me and I'm doing this...
I haven't heard your dog bark, so I think you were lying. I think that was like a test.
No, I had my mic muted.
Oh, interesting. I guess
because he was barking.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, this place looks great, though. That sounds cool, man. Maybe we'll get Mexican, too.
Yeah.
They are Mexican, so...
Your friends? Or your family that you're referring to? Yeah. Shout out to Mexicans. Friends of the pod, for sure.
Love the Mexicans.
All right. Now, let's get into this. So, the topic for today's episode, as we said, camo grind tips, part 2. So, here's how we're going to do this. One quick PSA. We're going to get into some camo grind tips for base or gilded camos that we missed. There are 4. So if you're still on those portions, just some quick little PSAs. And again, even if you're not camo grinding, these are actually relevant to you. And then we're going to go forged, and then we're going to go priceless. And again, we are not going to talk about every single forged or priceless camo because most of them need no explanation. You know, get 25 kills or get 3 kills without dying 10 times. Go do it. There's nothing to say on that topic. You don't need tips on that. But every camo where there might be tips needed or where we have tips, the challenging ones, those are the ones we're going to dive into. So starting out with a PSA. Yeah. There was a bug / exploit that was possible when Tanner and I were doing the camo grind, where for every challenge that required double kills, multi-kills, or multi-kills, you could do them in private matches against bots. So like one of the shotguns, you have to get like 25 multi-kills. You could do that in a private match against bots, and that would take 2 minutes instead of doing it in public lobbies where it would take a lot longer. And then there's also been some weird bugs and stuff, and these existed when Tanner and I were doing it, with the kills with 1 mag and kills without dying. All of these bugs worked in favor of the player to make it easier and faster, because the kills in 1 mag, it was actually just kills without reloading. And we talked about this in part 1, so you can go listen to that for more details. And then the kills without dying just didn't mean that. It just meant kills. So if you needed 5 kills without dying, you just needed 25 kills. You could go 25 and 1,000 and you would get the camo. It didn't matter. We don't know if any or all of these exploits / bugs are still in the game. Raven hasn't said anything in patch notes or on Twitter, or Sledgehammer by now. So it's possible that these are still bugged in your favor. It's possible that they're not. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I would say is do the private match ones, try it. If it doesn't work, then you wasted 5 minutes. Not a big deal. I think the risk is worth it there. Unless they've said by now that they've patched it, obviously. And then for the kills without dying and the kills in 1 mag, they're buggy anyway, even if they haven't fixed it by now. So try to do it like as if it worked as intended. And hopefully it doesn't work as intended. That would be my advice. But I don't know if any of these things are still bugged or not.
I don't know either. If anything is fixed, I would imagine it was the private match exploit. And I looked it up. I can't find anything on it. Because all the people that would be talking about it on Twitter have had Interstellar for a month now. So no one's talking about it anymore. Because it's like all the, you know, the YouTubers, people like that are making content on it. So you don't hear anything about it. So I would think the private match ones are bugged, like double kills with launchers. double kills with shotguns, but try it. Yeah, but you know, honestly, it's like the only annoying one would be the launcher, which is the priceless challenge anyways, but like double kills with shotguns is so easy. It's super easy. So, but again, it's only 10 of them. So like try it in private matches. If that one's working, then you know like all of them are working. So what you can do is like max out, is it shot? Yeah. So like max out the shotguns and then just go in a private match and see if they're tracking, and then just do all of them super quick. See if that works. If it doesn't work, just play, you know, shipment, meat, whatever is the playlist at the time. But I think that's probably the only one that has been fixed. I'm almost wondering if they would fix these other ones that were in favor of the players, because at this point, like, so many people got the challenge already. Are they really going to now make it harder for the people that take longer to do it? You know, I don't even know if they would do that. Exactly. That would be kind of messed up for them to do. It's like they've been broken for a month. Don't even fix it at this point, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So just a quick PSA, if you've been trying to like do it the bugged way or whatever and it doesn't work, try and just do it right. They could have patched it by now. I don't know. If they haven't, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So whatever. Anyway, moving on to a couple quick tips on base and gold camos that we did not mention last time that we now know about. So number one, I learned there's a lot of hip fire camos, even in actually priceless and platinum. I'm not calling, well, I have it written, so it's fine, whatever. Forged and Priceless. There are a lot of hip fire ones, as well as the base and gold camos. And I had said the best hip fire underbarrel is the Cronin Groove Shot. That might be true for some guns, but for other guns, there is a better underbarrel now that I did not know about that was added with MW 3 for hip fire spread. Because again, like I said in part one of this series, the only thing you're looking at in the detailed stats when you're looking for the best hip fire attachment is maximum hip fire spread, whatever helps that the most. I had said that that was the Cronin Groove Shot in the underbarrel slot. That is not necessarily true. There is a new underbarrel, and I think it's called the Bruin Angled Grip. The reason I missed this is because it is, it's not like a foregrip. It's like an angled one, like you know, like a looped one. So
like
usually,
the Bruin Heavy kind of, it looks like that.
Yes, like that, or like an FTAC Ripper.
Oh,
so historically, those attachments didn't do anything for hip fire, so I didn't even bother looking at the detailed stats on them. However, one of them does appear like that. That's next to all those attachments. Is called, I think, the Bruin Angled Grip. You can just double check in game. That actually has a better benefit to your max hip fire spread than the Cronin Groove Shot. I think it's probably available on every gun.
I'm opening up the game to check.
Yeah. But even if it's not, wherever it is available, it's better than the Cronin Groove Shot for hip fire. So that's your hip fire attachment. Favorite that one. Not necessarily the Cronin Groove Shot, unless for some reason that angled grip isn't usable on a particular gun, but the Cronin Groove Shot is. Cronin Groove Shot seems to be the second best hip fire underbarrel attachment. So, not a huge deal.
All my classes got reset like everyone complains about. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Let's see. So the Bruin Heavy, you're saying, huh? Something like that?
No, Bruin Angled, I think is what it's called.
Okay, here's a Bruin Bastion Angled. So it does 20% minimum, 20% maximum, 20% tack stance.
Okay, compare that to like the Cronin.
Cronin Groove Shot. Yeah, you're right. Wow, it's a lot better. The Groove Shot's only 12, 12, 12.
Okay, so what's the Bruin one called?
The Bruin Bastion Angled Grip. And it helps with recoil control. And the only negative is handling speed, ADS speed, which doesn't matter. Whereas the negative on the
Groove Shot is movement,
is something movement, yeah.
So it's a lot better for hip fire than the Cronin group shot then.
It's a lot better. Dude, did they change some of these? Because I swear before, the Cronin was like obviously the best. There are a bunch of them now that are almost the same as the groove shot, and I swear that was not the case before.
The reason the groove shot's the best for hip fire is because it has the fewest cons with the same hip fire benefit.
Yeah.
It's like the pineapple is the same hip fire benefit, but it has like a harder hit to movement speed or something. That's why Cronin groove shot was the best in MW2.
Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, Bruin Bastion is by far the best one. By far.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've talked about before, and this gives recoil control, and that does directly help with hip fire spread as well. Because your guns, when you're hip firing, it's not going up as high. So recoil control does affect that. So yeah, use that under barrel for anything hip fire. You probably can't use that. Well, never mind. You wouldn't have to use it on. No, I think one of the LMGs does require hip fire.
I think two of them do.
Two of them do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can use that on
LMGs
that. Even.
Yeah, I would imagine you could. So anyway, just the point is that underbarrel exists. And by the way, like I was saying at the outset, this is good to know for Warzone players even who want to make hip fire builds. The reason I learned this existed is because I saw some tweet about like a Lockwood Warzone hip fire build, and I saw that underbarrel, and I was like, huh? Why are they using that? And then I looked at the detailed stats and I compared it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know a better hip fire underbarrel existed. That's how I learned. So
you're absolutely right. I just scrolled past those ones because they never helped with hip fire before.
Exactly.
And then there's one just in the middle of all the MW2 ones that helps a ton with hip fire. So
yeah, it's very weird. So yeah, so there's a PSA for you guys. Good to know. Next is that breacher device muzzle. There's one muzzle in the game that I found.
Yeah.
That helps your hip fire and tack stance accuracy. And it's the only muzzle, it's the only thing in that slot that does help those things. It used to be really good, and then they nerfed it. I underestimated how much they nerfed it by. They destroyed it. It is not good. It is not worth using, even for your tack stance and hip fire builds. I would strongly encourage you to look for a stock or rear grip or laser that helps your hip fire, because it will likely help it more. Same with tack stance.
Well, I feel like usually you can have all of them.
It went from being the best tack stance attachment to the worst one.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think mine would usually be the breacher device, under barrel, laser, stock,
rear grip.
Usually a rear grip. I think some guns have barrels that help, but they usually don't help a whole lot, and it usually hurts a ton of other things as well. Like it'll destroy recoil control.
Yeah.
Destroy the damage range.
Yeah, that's true. But the reason I'm pointing this out is because that is 6 attachment slots.
Yeah.
So if you were picking something else before, the first thing you drop, if you have 6 slots to fill that you could fill, unless the barrel's really bad, I guess. Yeah, it should be this muzzle now. So just wanted to point that out. They nerfed it really hard.
Yeah.
But not a big deal. Next, we covered this on our last episode, but I'll say it again here. Exclusive Ace did a video on the MW3 perks and hidden benefits that some of them offer you. So it'll say it does this thing, but it also does this thing, and the game doesn't tell you it does that thing. One of those things is that if you use ordnance gloves, quick grip gloves, or the overkill vest, you will throw tacticals, lethals, and field upgrades more quickly. Now, the relevance for the camo grind is that you have to do a lot of challenges that require you to kill people who are affected by your tactical equipment. So your stun grenades. So this would have been really nice for me to know when I had to get 25 kills on people affected by your stun while you're using akimbo pistols. Oh, okay. Well, if I knew I could throw my stun 33% faster by using one of these 3 perks, I would have done that. So not the overkill vest, obviously, because you want to use the engineer vest to spawn with 2 stuns.
Yeah, you got to use that. That's the most important thing for that challenge is that engineer vest.
Yeah. So use the ordnance gloves or quick grip gloves when you need to get all those camo challenges that require stun kills, because you'll throw them faster, and that will help a lot, actually.
Yeah.
There were plenty of times where I threw a stun and then tried to like line of sight to wait for it to go off, and I would like die in that process. But if I could throw my stun half a second faster, 500 milliseconds faster, that would have been really helpful to know. And I probably would have survived a lot more often and therefore would have done the challenge faster. So just something to keep in mind there as well. And the sacrifice for the gloves isn't too big. You're giving up commando gloves, which is kind of annoying, but doable. Worth it, I think, for that camo.
Yeah, that is a little annoying getting rid of that, but it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
Because that 33% faster, that's a big difference. You really notice that.
That is a big difference. Yeah. So, yeah. And then last quick little thing that I have, just for, again, to go over camos we've already covered, is the sniper camo, where it is get 50 kills shortly after ADS, base camo 2 for the snipers. After we put out this episode, or part 1 of this series, a lot of people told me that is a very generous challenge, and you don't really have to try, and you'll still get it done. You don't have to like phase quickscope to get progress on this. It's pretty generous. So, I guess keep that in mind. You might be able to just snipe normally, and you will passively do this without having to try to quickscope.
Yes. I don't know how long it is, but I would guess it's honestly within like 2.5, 3 seconds of ADSing. Like, unless you're just, it feels like pretty much every kill you get a quickscope, or shortly after ADS, whatever they call it. Unless you're playing like ground war or, I don't know, sixes and just laying in the middle hallway on terminal watching the other angle, so you're just ADS for 10 seconds, that's obviously not going to count. If you see a guy, ADS, he goes around the corner for a second, he comes back out and you kill him, that's probably going to be shortly after ADSing. It's not like half a second. You don't have to quick scope. It's not even a second. I never had trouble with them counting, so it's very generous and very easy.
Yeah. So there you go. I definitely overstated the difficulty in part 1 of that. So that's it for tips for the camos we've already covered. Let's move on to the Forged challenges.
Oh, the Forged, yep.
Oh, baby. So like I said at the outset here, we're not going through every camo because a lot of them are very obvious, and I have nothing to really say. Or we have nothing to say. But we're going to go through those that we have some tips for. So in the AR category, I only have one thing to say. For the FR556, you need to get 21 burst kills. Obviously, and you're going to hear this a lot this episode, by the way, go play hardcore to do this.
Yeah.
And then it's easy. Every burst is going to be a kill. So every kill is going to be progress. So it changes from 21 burst kills to just 20 kills. Do it in hardcore. I don't even know if it's possible to do in core.
I don't think
it probably is if you hit like 3 headshots, but good luck doing that. That'll take forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go do it in hardcore. And you're going to hear that a lot. And I should say, probably most of the challenges, even the ones we are not going to explicitly say this about, are going to be easier in hardcore, or faster, at least, in hardcore. The ones we point out are like way easier and faster in hardcore.
Yeah.
But that's one of them.
Yeah, I ended up doing a lot of this in hardcore, which I talked about in part 1, because I wasn't that far along yet in part 1. I ended up doing a ton of this in hardcore. I thought for so much of it, that was a lot easier than doing it in core. And I think it got me through it faster than if I'd played it in core. But another one too, multi-kills, like with the SVA. Multi-kill is just anything 2 or more kills. So that could be, you could get a quad feed super quick, you can get a double kill. Now, the only way I don't know how that works is like, if you get 4 in a row,
like a quad
I think
kill?
that's just still one multi-kill. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I don't think it's like a bunch of double kills. So that's kind of where it gets weird. So basically just play the smallest map, keep getting multi-kills. Eventually you'll get it. But like even in private match, because I did that one in private match when that was still bugged, that's like, it took longer than I thought it did. So I think the way it would work is because I was killing like 6 bots in a row and then reloading. That group of 6 would basically count as one multi-kill. It's like once that medal comes up that tells you what you got, a fury kill, double kill, whatever, I think that's what locks that in as a multi-kill, if I'm not mistaken.
So my impression, because when you get like a fury kill, which is 5, you're also getting a double kill, triple kill, and quad kill medal. Or fury kill is 4, I think, excuse me. I think you're getting all 3 medals. So I think that actually will count as 3 multi-kills. I think the bigger the multi-kill, the better, and the more progress you'll be getting. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because if I can get a kill chain, I'm going for it, whether or not I'm on the camo or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still going to keep just barking.
Yeah.
And whether it counts as 1 progress or 8 progresses, there's no downside to like getting extra kills when you're going for this camo.
Yeah.
So you'll either get 1 or multiple, but have fun. Try and kill as many people as you can for a multi-kill medal.
Because it took so long playing against bots that I thought it wasn't working. So I backed out, and then I had 24 out of 25. So I had to relaunch private match to get the last one. And I'm like, if it was working that way where I was getting like 3 or 4 medals for getting a quad kill, I don't know. It would have been way faster than that. Like, it took 10 plus minutes of killing bots in hardcore to get it. So I don't know. So
the one that took long for me in private match wasn't multi-kills. It was the one that was 25 double kills. That one, I remember, took a long time. I think you might be mixing these up.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because for 25 double kills, you can't get like, 2 kill chains and then be done. It's like you have to get a double kill, and then you can kill more, but you still only have 1 progress because it's explicitly double kills. You have to like disengage, wait to see your medal pop up, and then go back and do it.
Right. That may be what I'm thinking of.
I think that's probably it. Because I remember that one taking me a long time.
Okay, that's probably it then. So never mind. Forget everything I just said. Yeah. And then one other just little thing for the DG58, AR 56, whatever it's called in game, it changes. 10 kills, ADS, and strafing. Strafing is left and right. If you move forward and backwards, that's not a strafe kill. So like,
good comms.
So I was always making sure to press A or D because I could tell. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but I would tell it wasn't tracking if I was just going forward or something. So keyboard is for sure easy to strafe A and D. On controller, just make sure you're moving side to side a little bit. Just the smallest amount will trigger it. It cannot be backwards or forwards. Just strafing side to side.
And and another tip, if you are on controller and getting this camo, here's a pro tip for you. Every single kill you get while ADS, you should be strafing. I'm in campaign, in Spec Ops, in Zombies, in multiplayer, in Warzone, in the World Series of Warzone LAN tournament for $100,000. If you're on controller, you should be strafing when you get every kill to maximally engage your rotational aim.
You should never be standing still. You should make it so you have
strafing.
What is it called? Where like their aim moves because the stick's all messed up. What is that called?
Stick drift.
You should force your controller to have stick drift so you get max rotational aim assist. Yeah.
Yeah, you should always be strafing anyway. But yeah, that's good comms on that. Yeah, I think you're correct. So that's it for ARs. Not much else to say there. Moving on to battle rifles. There are 3. I actually have something to say about 2 of them. The Sidewinder, you need to get 25 one-shot, one-kill medals, meaning you shoot someone with full health with 1 bullet and they die. I don't even know if the Sidewinder is a headshot, one-shot kill in core. Don't care if it is or not. Go play hardcore, obviously, with the Sidewinder to get this, because then every bullet everywhere is a one-shot, one-kill medal. And then again, this becomes get 25 kills with the Sidewinder, which will still be hard because it's the worst gun in the game, but it'll be easier.
Yeah.
That way, for sure. And won't take long. And then another one is the MTZ 762, and the longbow sniper has the same challenge, so I'll cover them both here. And the challenge says, get 25 kills while aim down sight and fully loaded. And the game does not explain what that means. I don't know why this is a camo challenge, but here it is. What fully loaded means is that you are holding the maximum possible amount of reserve ammo that you can.
No, that's not. No, it's fully loaded in this game just means 5 attachments. Max attachments on your gun. That's what fully loaded is.
Oh.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with your ammo. It's just max attachments.
J-God was just lying in his video.
When did he say that?
Then? In a YouTube video.
Like, I wonder how early he put that out, because yeah, that's not.
It was pretty early.
Because I remember Bandit had said it in Discord, because Bandit was apparently the first person in the world to get Interstellar. He's like, by the way, fully loaded is just 5 attachments. So when I eventually got to these, I remember I Googled it too, and it was like, yeah, fully loaded just means have max attachments on your gun.
Oh, okay. Then I have nothing to say.
It is confusing because there's like an MW19 in Warzone. There was a little weapon perk called fully loaded where you spawn with max ammo. So, word your challenge a little bit differently. It's just, it confuses people. But yeah, it's just 25 kills ADS with max attachments.
Yeah, so put 5 attachments on your gun, which you should probably be doing anyway. Although, like, Nate Gibson wasn't doing that, so I guess it's good to point out. But that's what fully loaded means. That makes more sense. I believe that. So, anything else for BRs?
Forge, no.
Okay. Now, SMGs. So the Striker 9 is the only one I really need to talk about. Get 15 long shot kills. Once again, do it in hardcore. It's going to be way easier. You can do this in core. An SMG long shot is not far. It's like 20 or 25 meters. I want to say 25, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's like 22, 25. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not very far. Easy to do. Easy enough in core, but way easier in hardcore because you only need to land like 2 bullets to get a kill at long range. So build your gun, put on the max damage range muzzle, which will be the sonic suppressor, and then put on the longest barrel that gives the most effective most damage range that you can. And then I would recommend an optic and 2 recoil attachments probably to make landing shots far way easier. Stock and rear grip probably. And or extended mag if you want. And then, go do it.
Yeah, Q for hardcore simple. Anything. Kind of depends on the playlist is at the time. Like Shipment obviously is not going to be good for it. I think I did those on just quick play 6s like Dom and Hardpoint, and I was lucky enough to get Wasteland, and you easily finish 15 of them in one match. I mean, it's like half a match, so that's really easy. Another one, the magnification scope kills with the WSP9. Whenever you see magnification scope, unless like for one of the snipers, it specifically says extreme range, and it tells you. Magnification scope is just unoptic, I'm pretty sure. It works with the slate reflector. It works with the Mark III. Haven't tried all of them. It should be any red dot, even though it doesn't say it zooms, is a magnification scope. So,
correct. Yes. Yeah.
And then, that's pretty much it for that one.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to shotguns, again, nothing to really say here, except for the Lockwood 680, the pump, get 25 one-shot kills while ADS. In my estimation, you have 2 options. Option 1, if you really hate hardcore, if you're really allergic to hardcore, because this was if you really hate hardcore, what I would do is I would build a max damage range shotgun and put an optic on it, and put slug rounds in it probably, and then shoot people while ADS. But you don't need long shots, so you don't even need slugs. The easier thing to do by far is build a shotgun that ADS is as fast as possible and play hardcore, and then just ADS, sprint around, ADS, one tap people in hardcore.
Yep.
It's kills well ADS.
I shipment at the time. It was super easy. Normal ammo, if you ADS, I mean, cross map, it's going to almost always one-shot someone. If you aim at their head, you're going to hit them with enough pellets to one-shot them.
Yeah. So one-shot kills either use slugs or in core, or just play hardcore and do not use slugs. And you'll get plenty of one-taps from very far, by the way. Shotguns are really good in hardcore. Shocker. Yeah. Anything else on shotguns there?
No.
Okay. Next is LMGs. I don't really have anything to say about any of these. Two of them is get 25 kills while ADS and, or one of them is ADS and strafing, and another one is while ADS and moving. That again implies that strafing means something different than moving.
Correct.
Moving, it probably works when you're going any direction. Strafing means specifically left and right. Especially for LMGs, I think it would probably behoove you on those two challenges to run Stalker boots, which let you strafe more quickly while ADS. That's what I did. Not required, but it'll make this a little easier, but otherwise pretty simple.
Yeah, those two in like hardcore, like if Rust ends up being in the playlist or some map that's kind of open where you can kind of just spawn in ADS somewhere and just move around, I mean, you'll get multi-kills cross map constantly. LMGs are the most busted guns in hardcore. It's insane, actually. So for bigger maps, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing else to say there.
Okay. And then let's see, for what's this, TAC rifles? I have nothing to say about
Marksman
any
rifles.
of these.
Yeah, these are, I mean,
said.
KVD Enforcer one-shot kills. Again, you can do it in core. Hardcore is just anything that's one-shot kill, unless it's like a cat AMR, is going to be easier in hardcore.
Right.
25 kills in TAC stance with the DM56, super easy in hardcore. That gun is insane because it has an insane fire rate, and it still one taps in hardcore. So it just becomes so much better. That was probably one of the best guns I did throughout the whole camo challenge because I did so much of it in hardcore. It was insanely broken. It was insanely broken in hardcore. So TAC stance kills, I mean, again, I had Rust at the time. Cross map kills while in TAC stance on Rust, easy. It's so broken. Make sure you run a laser so you can kind of see where you're aiming and just set it up for TAC stance. Super clean. No problem at all. And then, yeah, the kills without dying and, you know, the kills in one mag. Don't know how those are bugged currently, so if you actually have to survive and get 3 kills without dying 10 times, you know, kind of just use your brain depending on what map you're playing. Don't rush, play slow, get kills. Don't get 2 kills and then rush to try to get your last. Just continue playing slow. Ground war is good for a lot of that stuff too, because you can kind of hide away, flank, use TAC insertions, get behind people, get a lot of kills without dying that way. So, but those are possibly still bugged.
Yeah. And then next section, snipers. So this was the one, this was the challenge I was most dreading doing, and it actually ended up being very quick and easy for me, which is the Cat AMR, the slow bolt action one-shot kill anywhere sniper rifle. Get 15 penetration kills. So number one tip, use the ammo type that says armor piercing. Gives you better armor pen or bullet pen. So do that. I think it's called armor piercing. I'm actually not sure what the ammo type is. It's either called armor piercing. I'm pretty sure it's called armor piercing. It says it gives you like a full, not just carrots, but a full chevron for bullet pen in the simplified view. That's the ammo type you want. Other than that, this is not as hard as it sounds. So there are plenty of like pen spots on plenty of maps people have talked about. So one is Scrapyard. If you go to where the B flag is, there's a chain link fence, and that's a very high traffic area. If you shoot through the chain link fence, you will often, but not always, get a penetration kill. I think the game thinks that your bullets can sometimes literally go through the chains, and therefore not pen anything. But most of the time it'll hit a chain, so then you get a pen progress. If you shoot through a window, that will also count as a pen kill. So if you're playing like Terminal, before all the windows are broken, just like go on the like tarmac and just look in glass hallway and try and snipe people. And early match, most of the windows won't be broken. If you get a kill there, those will count as pen kills as well. I don't think the game will tell you in the bottom right. I don't think you'll have the symbol, but it does count.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, because people had said that, but I never saw the little icon show up, so I never thought that was actually working. Because I tried that in Ground War a couple times, and I swear it didn't track, but maybe it actually did.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that it does, but you don't get the symbol. But maybe that's wrong. I don't know. You want to shoot for the symbol, because then you like are pretty much certain you got it. And then on, oh my goodness, what's the map? Rust. There are often 24/7 Rust playlists, so this is a good one to know. In one of the corners, you can go particularly deep into the corner. I don't know how to describe where this is. It's behind the like truck
behind that
people
angled
will
truck,
head glitch often. Yeah. If you go deep into that corner of that spawn, there's a chain link fence to your left, and you can shoot down that lane through that fence. And again, just like Scrapyard, you will often, but not necessarily always, I guess, get pen kills there. And if you want more spots, watch a quick YouTube video, good like cat penetration kill spots or whatever, and you'll see a bunch. However, the easiest, most consistent way for me was to play war mode. And there is a particular spot as the attacker or defender, I guess, but it's easier as attacker on phase 3, where if you're attacking and you're going toward the 2 objectives, there's like a right lane that leads to objective 1. The left lane leads to objective 2. And then there's a middle lane where it's just like a hallway that has little doorways to both of the objectives. If you're looking down that hallway right before you enter it, there's a piece of wood that's just like hanging on the wall, and it's like half covering the opening. So I would just be standing right in front of that piece of wood with my cat. I'd wait for someone to show up in the hallway. I would live ping them. I would strafe left, and then I would shoot at my live ping, and I would get a pen kill each and every single time, reliably and super easily. And I got 8 penetration kills in one round of war, and the match was not over yet. I could have gotten more. I venture to say I could have done literally all 15 in one round just at this spot as the attacker. But I didn't need 15, so I didn't end up doing it. But I got 8 in one round this way. However, I showed this to people in our Discord, and for some people, it was not a reliable spot, and they were not getting pen kills at all, or they were only getting them sometimes when they shot through the wood. I have no explanation. The game's buggy, but this spot worked really well for me. And in war mode, you're always going to get to that phase, and you'll always have a spot that you can easily get to attacking or defending to pen. So I would recommend you guys just go to war mode and do it this way. And up to that point, there are a bunch of other pen spots as well. Shooting behind, like through the windows of the trucks in phase 1 is another good one. Shooting through the fence at the end of phase 2 before the tank breaks through. That's another good one. And there are, I'm sure, others. Again, you guys can go watch videos. But war mode, I would say, is the most easy and consistent way to do it in the particular spot I mentioned. If you're unclear, join our Discord, go to the announcements channel, and the announcement I made on December 15th will be a screenshot of exactly where I'm talking about if you're unsure. So join the Discord, go to announcements, see the screenshot I posted recently in that channel, and you'll see where I'm talking about. This was the most consistent, easiest spot for me, and I was done.
Yeah, so everything you just listed on war were spots I knew. None of them worked for me. I don't know what it is with the cat. It was the buggiest thing. LMG pen kills were like, I'd get 10 in half a match and they'd be done. None of the normal spots were working for me. I used the spot you're talking about because I know where all the wall pen spots are. I had no trouble finding the spots. I know where they are. I would shoot through walls. I would shoot through wood. And I wish I was just recording the whole thing to show you guys. I would shoot somebody, get the kill through a full wall, and I would screenshot exactly where I was and post it in Discord. And I say, hey, just killed somebody through this whole 4-inch thick wall, no wall pen. So I don't know how it works. It has to do with, I think, how far the person is away from you. It has to do with something like that, or how far you are from the thing you're penning. But it was not consistent at all. The hallway I used, like, you know it's buggy because sometimes they would work and then other times they wouldn't. So like the one match I got to that phase, I got 4 or 5 kills through that piece of wood you're talking about. One of them counted. War, I know the best pen spot everyone talked about was the metal gate right before the tank smashes through on phase 2. I got kills on the gunner through that because what you do is you ping somebody, so you mark them, so they have a red icon. Then really quickly you strafe behind the wall or whatever you're trying to pen through. You just shoot at that diamond and you get a kill. So I would do that to the tank gunner. I would do the strat where you'd mark the tank. I'd kill the guy directly. I can't see the guy because I'm wall penning him, right? No pen kill. And I just don't understand how it was working. It was very frustrating. I went to the trucks in the first section where it always worked on LMGs. I would sit in the back of the truck, and so I shot through the rear glass, which then pens through that, goes through the front glass, and kills the guy. No pen kill.
And
I got 2 or 3 of them that. Yes, I got 2 or 3 of them that way. No pen kill. Then I was defending, and I was like, well, this isn't good for this, but whatever. I'm going to try to do it. So I lay down behind the truck closest to the attacker side, the one you wouldn't usually pen through. So I'm laying on the hood of the truck looking through the back. I shoot a guy again through both windows. No pen kill. Then there's a guy off to my left, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill this guy because he's running up to me. So I shoot through the front windshield and the side window. So it doesn't have the chain on it, nothing. It's just 2 pieces of glass, and that counts as a pen kill.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. It's buggy. This was by far the most frustrating challenge for me because I know how to get pen kills. In this challenge to get 15, I probably got 40 to 50 penetration kills, 40 to 60 penetration kills to get 15 that actually counted. It was extremely frustrating. This should have taken actually 15, 20 minutes because I know all the spots, but nothing was counting. I went to ground war. I would flank and put a tack insert down. I would find people that were looking away from me, so I'd say, oh, all right, I'm going to mark this guy. I would shoot just through a wall of a building. There's nothing that's more of a pen kill than shooting straight through a wall. I would shoot the guy, get a one-shot kill, a headshot, and it wasn't a pen kill. And then I take a screenshot on Discord. Hey, guess what? I just shot through this frickin' wall. This is a wall, right? Doesn't count as a pen kill. So it was a disaster. Finally, at the time, Terminal 24/7 was in, so I went Terminal 24/7 Core because people had been talking about the pen spot in the middle. So off of that little middle hallway of Terminal, there's that little room that then goes through to like the metal detector side. So there's that little room. I guess it's a gift shop, yes. So in the gift shop, I would be on the side. I would be like on the inside of it looking towards the hallway. So people would come up into that other little that room below the HVAC units. I would find them, I would ping them really quick, and I'd either crouch. I think you just have to crouch there. Good spot. And I would kill people, and that worked the vast majority of time. Still, that was not perfect. So I think one match I ended up getting my last 7 I needed there, yet I probably got 9 or 10 kills. And I swear they're just always in the same spot, and just a few of them randomly didn't count. They wouldn't show up on the kill feed, and they didn't count. So this is a disaster. It's frustrating. There's no other way around it. It's probably going to be buggy for you. Just start shooting through stuff and see what works. I don't really know. It's a disaster though. It's a total disaster. And this was the most frustrating part of the grind by far for me.
By the way, Tanner is not the only one experiencing a bunch of bugs with this. In case you're wondering if he's just making it up. There were multiple, Bjorn in Discord also. He posted a clip. He clipped it. Yes. That's how mad he was. where he shot through the in war, the back of the truck, through the window, the metal grate, the other window, and then hit the guy. He posted a clip of him killing someone this way, and it shot the guy in the chest, and then in the kill feed, no pen. And you hear him in his mic, he's like, ah, or whatever. It was really funny. But yeah, this is buggy, not just for him. So yeah, good luck, I guess. I hope it's not buggy for you. It was not buggy at all for me. It was so weird. I finished it so fast that I don't even know if like one of them didn't reg or whatever. Cause it was just, I spent, again, I'm not kidding, 10 minutes and I was done. Like, it was so easy.
This took me, I think, 3 hours to get the 15 done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
3 hours.
That sucks.
Because I was just lobby shopping. Yeah, all of it. Trying to switch modes.
This is probably not true, but if you are if it's going to be 15 minutes versus 3 hours, it's worth a shot. If you feel like you're getting pen kills and they're not counting, go to your graphics settings. And if you have bullet impacts on, turn them off. And if you have them off, turn them on. And then see if they start counting more. I wouldn't be that surprised if that graphical setting messes with your pen kill tracking. I doubt it, to be clear. It's probably just buggy. But yeah, it would be worth a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Bjorn clip you were talking about wasn't... The funny part is that at the end of the clip, he died, and the guy that shot him got a pen kill, right? I think that's how it ended, because he got killed through the front windshield, and I'm almost positive that guy got a pen kill on him in the kill feed.
At the same angle.
Right after he killed somebody there and didn't get a pen kill. So it's a disaster, and it's buggy, and you're going to get frustrated, and don't do this last, do this first for the snipers, so it's done with, because you're going to get super, super frustrated, and you want it out of the way, trust me.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I would also recommend, if it's not working for you, Google why it's not. Because if it took you 3 hours, I would actually just stop doing what I'm doing and Google it, look on Reddit, see if anyone's figured out why or what the strat is. Like, it would actually be worth your time researching that for 5 minutes before you continue.
Well, the thing is,
that they count.
I did do that, and all everybody talks about is they list the pen kill spots, because everyone's like, where am I supposed to get pen kills? And that's all they do. I'm like, well, I know the pen spots. I'm well aware of all of them. But just
I think
none of them are
by
working.
the 23rd, there might be more info out there, though.
Yeah, maybe. Or it just tracks better. Because that's
or
what
tracks better.
That's what they put in the patch notes like 2 or 3 times. Like, they've worked on camo tracking. So maybe something like that has just been fixed and you're going to just fly through it, because I thought it was going to be easy.
Yeah. And then, so that's it for snipers for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and snipers, by the way, I'll add, unlike pretty much every other gun, these are going to all be easier in core. Like, get 25 headshot kills with the KV inhibitor. Do that in core. Because it's a one-shot headshot in core at any range. So you'd rather have more health so you stay alive longer to hit that.
Yeah.
And then probably same with the longbow. 25 kills while ADS and full attachments. Dude, if you build a longbow for shipment, put like the eagle's eye on it, build it for fast ADS. It is so fun. When I was doing these camo challenges in core, it is so fun. Because in core, on shipment, pretty much everything's a one-shot kill, even with the longbow. So you just spawn, there's something in front of you, crouch, stand up, shoot someone, crouch again while you rechamber real quick, stand up again, kill feeds, dude. Kill feeds all day. Really fun. So do those in core.
Yeah.
So yeah. Pistols, nothing to say, really. Renetti long shot kills, again, do it in hardcore, obviously, and it's very easy. Kills on injured enemies means kills on people that are injured from someone else. So, because technically, a kill on someone injured would mean, as long as I don't kill them on one bullet, my last bullet will be a kill on someone injured. I don't think that counts.
No, I think that
you
is
have to like third party people, basically.
No, I don't think so, because this felt like basically 15 kills. I think if you play core and when you shoot them 1 or 2 times, they're injured and then you kill them and it's done. Does that make any sense for a camo challenge? No, but half of these don't.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
fair.
almost positive that's the way it worked. That's what I saw. And it just, I mean, it went by immediately. It just felt like 15 kills. So I think that's how it worked.
In either case, make sure you do this one in core, because in hardcore, everyone is going to be full health and then you're going to shoot them and they'll die in 1 bullet. So that won't be a kill on someone injured. So play core to do this challenge and get 15 kills with the core 45, because then they'll be injured.
Yeah, core 45 is
no
also
one's gonna
insanely
be like,
good. So you're not like,
yeah,
it's not hurting you using
true.
it in core. You'll win gunfights against meta guns. It's so good.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? The TYR, get 25 one-shot, 1 kills. I did this also in hardcore. I put on a thermal and I built it for like max damage range, and I just ratted and proned, and then I would just one-tap people like running around hallways or whatever. And in hardcore, at any range, this is a one-shot kill. That was really easy and fast for me. Keep in mind, though, this was not available for me when I was doing this camo, but it will be for you guys. There is now a new aftermarket part that is the reward for doing the weekly challenges for week 1. Open your challenge menu and then press on week 1. And then you'll see if you do 5 weekly challenges, you'll get a new aftermarket part called the Jack Headhunter Carbine Kit. This is a part for the TYR. I don't know what it does, really, but you should look into that, because it might make this gun better. If it's a carbine kit, it will probably make it better at doing what I did, which is shooting people far away in hardcore. So, look into it. Something to keep in mind.
I don't
know what it does, but
I thought this would be better in hardcore too. It ended up getting way too frustrating, because since you die in 1 shot to everyone else, you're dead before you get the shot off. So I ended up finding core to actually be easier, because like on smaller maps, shipment, meat, something like that, you're going to get a lot of 1-shot kills, and you're going to have a little bit more time to get that shot off before they kill you. Because I was like, oh, this will be way easier in hardcore, but that was just not my experience at all. But I had shipment at the time. Fair. So shipment hardcore with this is a disaster. You're just immediately dead. But shipment core gives you time to react, stuff like that, and it went by super fast.
That makes sense. 'Cause I didn't have shipment. That's probably why. I played terminal hardcore, and then it was really easy to do my strat.
Yeah, because this is like the most frustrating gun in the sense of you'll fire 12 total bullets over the course of 3 lives, and you won't hit anybody, right? And then you'll get a life where you get 4 one-shot kills in a row, and you'll be like, I'm insane. This gun's so satisfying.
You're McCree.
But you miss 95% of your shots with it. But then you'll go on those little tears, and it's super fun.
Yeah, that was my experience too. That trigger delay is just so brutal. If there wasn't a trigger delay, that gun would be really fun to use, actually. But the trigger delay makes it terrible. So use the trigger fire response. Fuller's Fury, I think it's called.
There are 2 fire rate ones. One's a lot better. Use the one that's a lot better.
Because it also, in addition to giving you more fire rate, it reduces the fire delay. So when you pull your trigger, a bullet comes out sooner with that trigger. So use it. No matter what build you're doing, use that. That'll be easier. Okay, and then that's pretty much it for the knife. The gutter knife, get 5 kills without dying 5 times. I hope they didn't fix this challenge, because that sounds miserable to have to actually do, because it was bugged at the time Tanner and I did it. So that just meant get 25 kills easy. If you have to get 5 kills without dying actually 5 times, this will take you a while.
I would do war for sure. War would, I think, work well with this.
I would do war. I would do covert sneakers, obviously, assassin's vest, and a lot of corner camp ratting. stand in a corner, wait for someone to run around, stab him, run to a different corner so that guy doesn't like pre-C4 you or something. But good luck. It's going to take a while. That challenge sounds awful to do legitimately. Awful.
At least it's only 5 times. So it's like once you get one, you're like, oh, that wasn't bad. I only have 4 or more of these. This would be like, if this was 15 times, that would not be fun. But I mean, there were so many times I got 5 kills without dying, not even trying with a knife, just running around knifing people. So Wars Phase 1 and especially 3 would be the best for that if you have to do it legit.
Yeah, War Mode, I agree, would be like the best spot to do the knife stuff.
Yeah. And then, Karambit without damaging you. That's easy. Don't
play the game.
Damage. And then what about the RGL? We haven't mentioned that yet, right?
No, we have not.
Yeah, so RGL, the nade launcher, the way it's been working, destroy 25 enemy equipment, it did just mean like claymores or prox mines. So you go in chat and you say, anyone want to swap or can anyone place claymores? I met a guy at the back of the plane on terminal. We just kept trading. We got like 19 in one match. Second match, I was against him again. I got the last 6. So now, though, they've changed it. So this is field upgrades as well. So munitions boxes, anything that's a field upgrade that you put on the ground pretty much, med boxes, will count. So you can do this legit now and it wouldn't be that toxic. But it's still worth asking in game chat probably if anyone wants to like trade claymores or drop claymores. A lot of people in Discord had said they had good luck in ground war. And I'm like, I feel like that'd be harder. But as I progressed and did more challenges after I finished this, I ended up seeing a lot of people in ground war every match that was like, who wants to like meet up and trade claymores? And there were always people willing to do it. So, you know, try that maybe. If it doesn't work, don't do it. But then also, now that we have more guns, you could also just skip this if you're not that far along with it yet. That's the other thing.
Yeah, which I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be super easy now. We got a YouTube comment actually post this change when we talked about it. And some guy was like, yeah, I was dreading doing this, but after the change where like destroying munis and comm scramblers also counts, I finished it in one match. So
perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so, just use engineer vest as the one
easy.
You see things through walls, right?
Correct.
Like the muni boxes. Yeah. Run engineer vest, play 6s, 10s, whatever's in. You'll see munis on the ground. Go and destroy them. It won't be bad.
Yeah, that'll be no problem. And by the way, if you do want to skip the launcher because you think it'll take long, especially after they made that challenge easier, this is actually probably the fastest gun to get all the camos done with. At least I didn't do it, but everyone I talked to was like, dude, this is way faster than doing like an LMG, which is what I did, the Eradicator. Even before it was made easier with the equipment change. So if you're trying to just do it as fast as possible, I would say don't skip the launcher, actually. It's really easy and fast.
Yeah. That's also, though, because double kills were working in private matches. Again, if they're not, that's going to take longer. Because, I mean, that did not take long in private at all. So not sure about that. I mean, there were constantly people using them on shipment. So people were getting them done quickly. It seemed like I was always dying to launchers and hardcore shipment, but again, depends what playlist is in it at the time. I think right now shipment is in a playlist right now.
It's Rustment right now.
But by next week it won't be out. It'll be something else when this goes live. So
it'll probably be shipment because they'll do a holiday overhaul on it. They'll give it. I don't know what
they're doing. Yeah, they're doing high rise. I know we saw the holiday skin. I don't even know if they've confirmed its shipment. You would think, right? But the only screenshot they've showed so far is the high rise Christmas one.
Oh, okay.
So it may just be high rise 24/7.
And that's good for long shots, at least.
Pen kills, long shots. It's a horrible map. Kills. You don't want to play it at all. But
easily the worst map in the game. Easily, and I won't hear anything about it. So if you want to say it's not, that's fine, but say it to your pillow or your mom or something. Because if you say it to me, banned. You're banned from everything. So just keep that in mind. Terrible map. Not good. Okay. That's pretty much it for Forged.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing else to say there. So hello all and Merry Christmas, or soon to be Christmas. I'm going to keep today's little ad read short, but today's podcast ep is sponsored by us and our Patreon. You get ad-free episodes, you get early access episodes, and you get bonus episodes. We've done a Warzone brainstorm earlier this month, and then also we did a Warzone second impressions episode that just went live on the 20th. So that's live right now if you're hearing this. That was a really fun episode. Tanner and I had a really good time. We kind of revisited our first impressions and then also talked about some new kind of observations and things to keep an eye on, mainly related to Urzikstan, although we talked a little bit about Resurgence and, you know, Ashika, Vondel as well. But anyway, wanted to keep this short. Patreon.com/thedropshot. If you've enjoyed the podcast, if you wanted to support, if you want to get some benefits, you can check it out. And we hope you have a great Christmas, New Year, and we'll see you soon. Let's get back to the show. Moving on now to Priceless. The Priceless challenges. So going back to the top here, starting with assault rifle category. Again, skipping over most guns where we have nothing to say. Holger 5.56 long shots while mounted is the challenge. This was actually a lot easier for me again in hardcore. And at the time I had terminal hardcore 24/7. So what I did was I put on a thermal optic again, because people don't move in hardcore. So this is a lot easier to see people. And then I used the deployable cover field upgrade. You can use engineer for a faster field upgrade recharge. So you always have it. And then I would just run to, the side of glass hallway that has more space. Basically, I would put down a deployable cover, I would mount it, and I would just stare down the hallway and wait for people to appear, and I would kill them. And it was very easy because that would be both a long shot and while mounted. Another very easy way to do this is if you guys do have high-rise hardcore 24/7, spawn, go middle, side mount on a doorway with a thermal, and just look at the other spawn and kill people as you see them. And you'll see them very easily with a thermal. And with a AR, it'll be like 2 or 3 bullets at that range to get a kill. You can do those things I just described in in core, but it's going to take you way longer because you're going to need a lot of bullets to kill in core at long shot distance. It's way easier and faster to do this in hardcore. So use deployable cover, use engineer so it recharges faster. If you guys have high rise or terminal 24/7, these are very good maps for getting long shots, and you can do it while mounted, no problem. But it won't take you that long.
I did war and I got all 15 of them in that second phase right there. I was defending and I'm like, oh, okay. Cause I would, so like when I got to a category, I would pre-set up every single gun for that category. So for every AR, I would set up the builds and I would rename it like whatever challenge I had to do. So I didn't have to keep looking at my chart. I'd be like, okay, 15 tac stance kills, whatever I need to do here. And I would set it up ahead of time, take a few minutes to do that. So then when I would get in certain situations, I would just change depending on what I was doing. So we were defending their second zone. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to do long shots, all 15 of them. From that tank rounding the very first corner to coming to where those metal X's are. I forget the name of that thing that stops them. I got all 15 of them right there. Because you mount up, people hardly see you. So even though it takes more shots to kill, you don't have recoil because the gun doesn't have recoil. And they spawn in the same area and they keep coming out trying to kill me. And it's just easy free kills. So that was very, very fast. I mean, literally took a couple of minutes.
Phase 2 for war, since they ruined the lines, I think this is actually going to be not that good anymore.
Well, no, they've changed the lines again. Remember I told you that? They changed them like a week and a half ago. So they're not as bad as they were. They didn't. They're not the same as they were when war first launched, but it's a lot better. Like you can be behind them now. Like basically the way it had worked for a while is if you were defending and you were past the tank, no matter what, you were out of bounds. That's not the case anymore. Like now you can be in the buildings behind it when the tank is stopped at the metal X's, and you can be way far behind it and you're still not out of bounds. And then
Oh,
when it
okay.
comes to that corner, they don't push you back as soon as they did, so you can still sit there for a little while.
Okay. Then yeah, that could work too. So, dealer's choice. But however, I have to reiterate, because I had high-rise 24/7 hardcore. It is brainless getting long shots on this map. Brainless with any gun. And you can mount while doing it. I think I can't imagine that anything is faster if you guys have high-rise 24/7 available.
Yeah, see, I just didn't have good luck with high-rise because I thought that too, and it's like, especially in hardcore, you spawn all the way back where they spawn you. I run to the big window opening, smile, there are 6 guys on their team already pre-watching it. So I get to the window and I get one shot cross map. So unless like your team's doing well and your team is pushed up so you can get out of spawn, it worked horribly for me. But if you can get out of spawn and get on a side and just mount up, yeah, it'd be easy. But that's the hardest thing, is getting out of your spawn alive. Because the map sucks.
I didn't leave my spawn. I just went mid.
The map's terrible. It's the worst map in the game.
That's true.
And I'm so glad that people realize that now, because we called it. It's a bad map.
Yeah, we did.
It was like, oh, High Rise is coming back. It's a horrible map. It always has been
not
horrible.
Good.
Yeah. So anyways, what else from this category?
For ARs, that's it for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Burst kills, hardcore. Again, magnification scope is a red dot, put on the slate reflector or something. Yeah, those. I mean, all of these AR challenges take like an hour at the most. It shouldn't take very long, especially if the 5 kills that dying 10 times. If that's still bugged, all of the ARs for Priceless should take you less than an hour to do every challenge. It's very, very easy.
Yeah. So, moving on to the battle rifle category. The Boss B has a challenge that the MCW 6.8 in the marksman rifle category also has, that says to get 25 suppressed clean kills. So, clean kill means either a kill that is neither a wallbang nor a headshot, so it's clean looking in your kill feed, you see the gun, or it means a kill without you taking damage. J-God told me one thing, Tanner's heard the other thing. Doesn't matter. Here's what you do. Put on a suppressor, go kill stuff, and you'll get 25 clean kills, no matter what it means, very quickly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, I don't know what it means, but don't worry about it. Just make sure you have a suppressor on and you're good, basically.
I've always heard kills without taking damage. J-God apparently said not a wallbang or not a headshot, but I don't know. It's basically just kills, regardless.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And then the Sidewinder is another one in this category. You need to get 25 long shot kills. I would strongly recommend you guys play hardcore for this, because landing 2 bullets with a Sidewinder in any game on a zombie is kind of hard. That's how bad this gun is. So you want to be able to hit as few shots as possible while getting a kill, especially for long shots. So again, I did high-rise hardcore 24/7. I put a thermal on that sucker. I spawned, I went mid and mounted the closest thing I could to look at their spawn, and then I did it that way. And it was easy because the Sidewinder's a one tap at any range in hardcore, I'm pretty sure. Like pretty much anywhere. I don't recall getting any hit markers.
Yeah, probably just hardcore quick play again. Hope you get like Wasteland or something. I did like half of mine also, and so in the same match, I believe, no, it's probably a different match because the way I set up my guns, but I know I got at least half of them in the war defending again. At the end of the street, I just mount up in the window and I got a bunch of them that way. But it's because I set up all the classes, I was using the Bass B, then we got to that section, I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to get some long shot kills, and then I just got like 15 in a couple minutes, but you know, you're not always going to get that lucky. Yeah. Hardcore quick play would be the best.
Yeah, hardcore, something for sure. Yeah. Terminal would also be a good one, but I don't think you guys are going to have 24/7 terminal. So yeah. And then that's it for battle rifles for me. So moving on, next category is submachine guns. Okay. So a couple annoying ones here. The AMR9 is get 10 kills while being out of enemy's line of sight. So this is technically more generous than kills from behind, but functionally it's not. So this challenge just sucks, is annoying, and will take a little while. It won't take that long, but it's going to take you longer than it sounds.
Let's be clear.
It basically is kills from behind.
A little while, like when we're saying something takes long for an MW3 camo grind, that's like 20 minutes instead of 10. This isn't like get 50 long shots anymore. This was very easy, but a few minutes longer than I thought. I mean, again, war, so good for all of these things. You easily get behind people. The first or third phase in war, constantly get behind people. But it's like you can't even just be to the side of them. They have to be like looking straight. You're 90 degrees to them, staring at them, and you have to take a few steps back so you see a little bit of their back, is what it seems like.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
War was excellent for this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I would imagine war or ground war, but war would probably be faster, would be really good for this. But treat it as if it said kills from behind, basically. It's a little more generous than that, but not much. I tried to do this in shipment, and I did do it in shipment, actually, because shipment had just come out, and I was too lazy to like switch modes because I'm an idiot. So I did it on shipment, but it took way longer than you would imagine on shipment. People will face you quickly. So yeah.
Oh, shipment would be awful. I don't know if you'd get any in shipment. Yeah, that'd be rough.
Yeah, it was.
War is insane.
It was dumb. I just assumed I would get more than I actually was able to. So yeah, I would play something like that. You know, another map though that would probably be good that's really small is Meat. Since it's actually 3 lanes, but it's small, you could probably get a lot of kills from behind, kills out of enemies LOS on that map too. If there's like a Meat 24/7 playlist, but you guys probably won't have it. So anyway, it's annoying, is the point. And then the WSP Stinger. You guys might get confused by this like I did because the challenge is worded oddly. Because up until this point, we've had challenges that say, kill 10 enemies affected by your tactical equipment. Okay, got it. Makes sense. This challenge, though, it says, get 25 enemies affected by tacticals while using akimbo. I don't know why it suddenly says get instead of kill. So to be clear, what this should mean is, you have akimbo WSP Stingers equipped. If you stun someone and then you yourself die, you progress this. I suspect it doesn't work that way. Treat this as if it says kill 25 enemies affected by tactical while using akimbo.
It probably does. It's probably just Jaken's thing.
No, I actually checked in game because I assumed the same thing.
Because Jaken made 1,000 mistakes on this document.
JKN made so many mistakes that I thought, innumerable really, that I thought this was yet another one of them. But in this case, it actually wasn't.
So just in case anyone's confused, you were just talking about a pistol. So that's a pistol. We kind of skipped ahead there. That's not a submachine gun. But yeah. That's what I said. Yeah. Yeah, because the one WSP Swarm for the sub is just get 10 akimbo double kills. Here's the thing. They need to stop with this. They need to stop. We shouldn't have a WSP Swarm and a WSP 9 submachine gun and then also a WSP fully automatic pistol. We need to just stop.
Yeah.
Stinger, I mean, just stop. Name them all something entirely different. It gets so confusing. Striker 9, Rival 9, WSP 9, AMR 9. We get it. It's 9mm. You don't need to put it in the name.
DG58, DG58, LSW.
It adds so much confusion. Yeah.
It really does.
Just stop with this crap.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, you gotta agree with that. You gotta agree.
Yeah, I think that was it for these subs.
Oh, so I just moved on to pistols. That's what happened. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was it for submachine guns for the AMR9, unless you have anything to
add. No.
Okay. So the next one is shotguns.
Freelo as hell. Oh my god.
I mean, this will take you 2 seconds.
5 hit fire kills while moving, 10 double kills in tac stance, 5 kills without dying 5 times. Yeah. I mean, those first 2 should actually take, if you're playing a small map, 10 minutes at the absolute most. Probably 5 to 7 minutes. I'm not kidding. The Lockwood
680, get 5 hit fire kills while moving. This was the fastest camo challenge I've ever done in any Call of Duty game ever.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. it was sub 1 minute.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
On
45
shipment.
seconds, 60 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, something like, I think I got it in like 1 or 2 lives.
Yeah.
You just hit, like you just kill people. It's super fast. Yeah. So that, shotgun super free. Nothing to say there. LMGs, again, I have nothing to say.
Yeah, the strafing and moving difference.
self-explanatory.
Make sure you pay attention to that. One of them strafing side to side, the other's just moving around.
Yep.
The only one that did get weird is the kills in one mag with the Bruin, because since it has a huge mag, you kind of don't reload often, which screws up the challenge. So it's like you kind of have to count in your head, get 3 kills and then reload. So if you get 2 kills and then die, your next life, get your 1 kill and then make sure you reload. So you kind of have to keep track in your head as you're going along. So it takes a little bit longer because of that. Because you have to think when to reload, because it's much different having a bigger 100 round default mag than a 30 round mag where you're often reloading anyway, so you have to like force yourself to reload where you otherwise usually wouldn't, or the challenge won't track,
assuming it is still bugged in the same way it has been. If this is now working as intended, then anything where you need X kills in 1 mag, obviously put on the biggest mag you can and play hardcore. So then you can get the maximum amount of kills in a single mag as easily as possible. But yeah, hopefully it's still bugged for you guys. But yeah, that's it for LMGs. Very simple. Moving on to marksman rifles. 25 extreme magnification kills. It specifies that it's an 8x or higher zoom level. And this comports with what the optics say in game. So if the simplified view says 8.0 or greater X magnification, that'll count. When I did this, again, KVD Enforcer, I put on a thermal giga zoom optic. Don't know what it was called.
Bro
but I
loves
think
those thermals. Jesus, man.
In hardcore, it's just so good.
Yeah, probably. I just don't ever think to equip them. I just hate them. Yeah.
Especially if you have to put on some trash scope anyway. I might as well highlight people. I'm in my 30s after all. I find seeing people very difficult. So there is a scope you can put on that is thermal, and it's exactly 8x, and it does count. I played hardcore. I went high rise. I slapped that sucker on, and I did it easily. However, I was watching Nate Gibson do this. He played core, put on this scope, and played shipment 24/7 and did it also.
Okay, yeah.
Just because you have the scope doesn't mean they have to be long shots or anything. You can hip fire everyone and do this challenge as long as that attachment is on. So play whatever you want.
I was wondering that. Are you sure that's how it worked? Because if you do that, you can even just like put on the scope and almost do like tack stance kills or something in hardcore.
Yeah, I'm positive that's how it works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I saw Nate Gibson do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did ground war for this only because a lot of things like ground war would take a little bit longer, but it's not nearly as frustrating as trying to play shipment with an 8 times. Like I would never do that. I don't care if theoretically it ends up being a few minutes faster. I'm not doing that because it's more annoying. You're dying more often. You're getting more frustrated. I just went ground war and did it. Other thing I'm not sure about is the dual zoom optics. So there are some scopes that say they do like a 6 times and a 10 times. Personally, I would not mess with that. I have a feeling that does not track correctly, even if you put it in like the higher zoom. So I just found like a default 8 times optic. It may be the SPX scope. I don't know, but it was just a single level zoom, 8 times or like 8.5 or 9. I don't know, but that's what I use.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with the dual zooms.
Yeah.
With how buggy these challenges are, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Just be safe. Just put on a static 8x.
Yeah.
Or more, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that section. And then what is next? I mean, snipers was another one that was very fast and easy. I did all of the snipers in one match.
Yeah. I mean, 3 suppressed headshots. That's not in one life. That's not 3 suppressed headshots in one life 30 times. That's just get 3 headshots. That's it.
It makes no sense. Yeah. It makes no sense.
I mean, just free low.
And then the previous challenge, 15 penetration kills. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an okay for me. for sure.
Headshots while moving, you can be just slightly moving. Set up so you have good like walking aim stability. So when you move a little bit side to side, easy kill. Again, not hard. And what gun is that even for? That's for the inhibitor. So
which is
I did
semi-auto,
that,
so it's very easy to do while moving.
I did that in Ground War as well, I believe. Probably take a little bit longer, but not frustrating because you just don't die at all.
Yeah, this took me 40 seconds in shipment, probably.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but it was super
You probably just use
fast.
like a red dot or something, huh? Like a slate?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lowest zoom I could on shipment.
Maybe that is what I ended up doing, because I do remember using a low zoom scope for a sniper. Maybe I did do it there.
Yeah, super fast. And it's a one-hit kill, one-shot headshot in core, so do this in core. Or war, I guess, which is core, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, and moving on to pistols, this was the next thing I had a note on, the WSP Stinger. Yeah, I already talked about it, though. Get 25 enemies affected by tactical using akimbo. Use the WSP Stinger. Use it akimbo. Have a riot shield as your secondary. Run commando gloves or quick grip gloves, or excuse me, ordnance gloves or quick grip gloves, so you throw your stuns faster, like we talked about, and then stun people and get kills. Akimbo. Doesn't take that long. If you guys have meat or shipment 24/7, the smaller the map, the better, I would say. And yeah.
For the pistol headshots,
the pistols suck though. That gun is kind of dog poop. So you're gonna have to be like pretty close to people to get kills.
I did that.
Unfortunately,
in that in war as well. I think I did all of these in war actually. Headshot kills, again, good in war. You can flank people. They don't pay attention to you because they're looking at the objectives. So you'll be right to their right. Just walk up to them, ADS, get easy headshots. You had said this to me or somewhere. Hardcore is probably not the best idea. I wouldn't do hardcore because you'll accidentally kill people with like a neck shot or something. Headshot, just aim at their little tiny head with the Renetti, and that one burst will kill them to the head usually, I believe. It should. So that was easy in war, getting like the flank on. Magnification scope again on the TYR, a slate reflector, whatever red dot's not an actual magnification scope.
Any optic, yeah.
And then 25 enemies affected by tactical. I think I ended up getting this in inside of one full match of war, as in on the attacking and then on the defending side. I finished it before that was over. So that took a little while, but not horrible. Just ran engineer vest, dual stuns. Ended up being a lot easier than I thought it would be. You know, put the biggest mag on that pistol, slide into people, get inside of them, and it's really easy. Because since you have good mobility with it, you can stun them and get in there quickly. So that was not bad at all. So next one up, RGL 80, again, double kills, kind of already talked about it. Tried in private matches. If that is fixed by now, then shipment, whatever the smallest map is. Whatever the smallest map in hardcore is. So just so we're clear, I think almost always now, this is the way they've been doing it this game, if there is a playlist in the game like Rustment, if you go to the hardcore quick play filter, inside of that, there will be Rustment 24/7 as well. It's just not on like the main screen. Like you can't queue on the main screen for just Rustment like you can for core. So you have to go to quick play and select it like you would hardcore or hardpoint, domination, anything like that, and those playlists will be there.
Because a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. It's hidden in the quick play filter. So yeah.
Yeah, if there's some playlist like 24/7, it's always. I would say almost certainly it's always also available on hardcore, but you got to use your hardcore quick play filter to find it. Yeah, that's good comms.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, double kills. Do it in private match. Hope it counts. If not, yeah, hardcore small map. Don't try core. I wouldn't even bother. That would be
so many hit markers.
Insane. Yeah. So yeah, now moving on to the melee weapons. These are the things I did very first because I hate in FPS games melee weapons. They annoy me that they even are in the game. And both of them are pretty toxic. They won't take that long. But they're pretty annoying. So for the gutter knife, get 15 revenge kills. A revenge kill is where you kill the person who killed you your last life. That's pretty annoying. So I was playing Shipment 24/7. I was running, because I was on Shipment, covert sneakers actually didn't matter. So I ended up using lightweight boots to close distance faster with a riot shield on my back, obviously. I would recommend you do all that if you can play Shipment. If you could play pretty much any other map, I would not recommend that. I'd say you should use covert sneakers instead. But the way to do this, I found, if you do have like any small map, which is obviously what you're going to queue for. So in my case, it was Shipment. What I did was I would run straight to mid and just let someone kill me, because you can't get a revenge medal until you've died. And if I run mid immediately when the match starts and I die to someone, that person also immediately pushed mid, meaning they are not planning on head glitching in a spawn behind cover for the whole game. They are aggressive, an aggressive player that moves their character. So I would die to someone and I'd be like, okay, the person who killed me was the Burger King skin, and he was using a priceless Lockwood. So I would like take a note of what he looks like. And then for the rest of the game, I would just kill that dude, whether or not it was a revenge medal. And the reason I did that is because if you're constantly just trying to farm the same person the whole match, then every time you die, it will most likely be to that person. So then most of the time when you end up killing them, it'll be a revenge medal. That way you don't have to constantly keep track of like, okay, wait, who killed me? Last death? Oh shoot, I died to someone else. Dang it. Okay, now I need to look for a different skin. Too much mental energy, takes too long. This is what I was doing for my first match. And then my second match, I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick like the worst player on their team who is aggressive and moving their character, and I'm just going to constantly farm them. And that was the fastest way for me to get revenge kills. Beyond that, I don't know if you can develop like a strategy for this, other than play on the smallest map you can. Yeah, basically.
This could end up being a little frustrating for sure.
It's just annoying. It's not hard. It's just, yeah.
I went into it expecting to be very frustrated because you said it was toxic and not good. It was not as bad as I thought it would. So for me, it was like kind of a pleasant surprise. Just go in thinking this is going to be awful and do this first.
Yeah.
That's actually the biggest priceless tip. Do the worst categories first that you know will take the longest. Like snipers, they're not going to take long. Save those for last, right? Do the knife, just categories that would take longer, you know, submachine guns, how you have to do like akimbo double kills out of enemy line of sight, just things like that. Not that any of them are hard, but just kind of get those out of the way first. Knife is for sure what I would start with. Yeah, the revenge kills, I kind of didn't have a strat. I would basically run around, because you are right. If somebody goes mid on shipment one time, they're pretty likely to always be that person that's rushing, because there are a few different types of players on shipment. If somebody's running mid, they're just going to do that the rest of the match. And I know, because I usually do the same thing every time I play shipment as well. You kind of learn what the other team's doing very quickly within the first minute, and you start... It's not even like you think about it. You just start doing certain things because of how the enemy team is playing. So that'll happen. So if you go mid on shipment, some guy will be there. He'll keep coming there. You keep knifing him. For sure, do this in core, because hardcore, you're just going to get killed before you get there.
Right.
Before it was use a riot shield on your back with a movement nerf, though. I don't know if I would do that at this point.
Oh, that's a good point.
It may still be okay on the small maps, like especially shipment, but a 10% slowdown is a lot. Because I mean, like,
yeah, that's a good point.
So stims in Warzone supposedly give you a 7% movement boost, and it's pretty noticeable. 10% slower would be pretty noticeable, I think. So I'm not sure. Kind of up to you. Because even then, like, you can get to mid and almost just like lay down or crouch somewhere, so you're not moving a whole lot. But if you're trying to do this in sixes, hard point, I don't think I would run a riot shield on my back. But I would usually just, instead of like finding one person, like you said, you just killed one person, I would just start playing the game and I'd start getting revenge medals. I'm like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought. But what I would do is when somebody kills me, You know how it shows your body for a little bit and you see where that person is going? I would be like, okay, that's the guy who killed me. That's his skin. So I think in my head, and I saw that's where he was just moving. Shipment's such a small map. Half the time you spawn like in the corner right next to that. So I just slide over there real quick. There'd be a couple of guys. I would just go for him because I would pay attention to who killed me. And it was for the 15 revenge kills. I think it took me 2.5 matches of Shipment. And I know one of those was TDM to 100, which lasts 3.5, 4 minutes. So it was not as bad as I thought it would be. But can definitely be frustrating. I can see this, I can see for some people getting unlucky, this could take an hour just to do this.
A lot of it is just kind of luck. Yeah.
Just run around knifing people, honestly. There's not a whole lot of strategy to it, unfortunately. It's a dumb challenge.
It's a really dumb challenge, yeah. Yeah. But my like pick a shitter, shoot. We should be fine.
Yeah, we're
pick a bad player strat.
Idiot.
Was what worked well for me, because my first match, it was like a hard point or dom match, like a full match, and I got 2 revenge medals, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna take forever. I need to change it up. So then anyway, and then the other melee weapon is the karambit. They are the exact same thing other than cosmetically, but the challenges are also different. So 10 kills from behind. This is substantially easier. Again, though, I would say don't do it on Shipment. I did, but it took me longer than basically any other map would have. Rust would be really bad too, because there's no flank routes, because it's not a good map. But like Meat would be a great one, because it's small, so you can find people quickly, but there are also lanes, so you could flank. I think that would maybe be the best map. Or War, again, very easy to do it in War probably as well. I would recommend Assassin Vest, Covert Sneakers, take nasty flank routes, stab people in the back. Pretty simple.
Yeah. I think I did this one on War as well. Shipment is going to be hard to get kills from behind. Something like Meat would probably be easier.
Yeah.
Maybe even like
Tracker also. Run Tracker. That makes this really good. Or easy.
Maybe even like quick play 6s, honestly, would be the best, kind of just depending on what map you get. If it's like Rust or Wasteland, obviously it's not going to be great. But something like Skid Row even would be really good for this, hiding in little corners, just waiting for people to run by.
Yep.
So not bad at all.
Yeah, not too bad. Most maps this will be doable. It's just like very open maps, like Rust or like Wasteland, they just back out. But yeah. And then that's it. Then you'll have Priceless.
That's what they're saying. Yeah,
Interstellar.
just do all those challenges and then you'll get Interstellar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Here's my pro tip. Wherever you are in the grind, just stop. Because I've never seen someone not run Interstellar in Warzone, so it's not interesting. So if I were you, I would run default black guns because it's way cooler. Interstellar sucks, and it's not good.
We'll get into that in a second.
So that's my pro tip.
So now to close the loop on this. So those are all of our camo grind tips and tricks, and we hope you enjoyed. Now we're going to take a little time to talk about our impression of the camo grind.
Take a little time, man. I'm going to grab some water. Will you take some time?
Okay. Outside of tips on how to accomplish it, now that we've done it, we'll take a little time, as Tanner said, to talk about it in general without the tips. First of all, how long did it take us? So, unfortunately, I don't have a frame of reference for this because I've done now quite a few mastery camos in my time. BO4, MW19, Cold War, definitely not Vanguard. Those were miserable. Cold War was miserable too, though. And now, MW2, and now MW3. So I've done, what is that? 5 mastery camos for Call of Duty in my lifetime. And unfortunately, before this year, I never looked at how long any of the other ones took me. So I will start by saying this was definitely the fastest I've ever acquired a mastery camo. In game, My time played was 3 days, 0 hours. It was 3 days on the dot. So 72 hours is how long it took me. I don't know how long any of the other games took me. I know that they all took me way longer in game time, but I never actually checked. Curious to see what Tanner did. But this was the fastest camo grind by far in terms of, well, yeah, how long it took to finish. It took me exactly 3 days. And if I had to guess what like MW2 took me, probably 5 or 6, 5 to 7.
Yeah.
In-game days.
That's what it was, yeah.
How long did this take you for Interstellar and MW3 in-game time?
I think
did you check?
It was a little bit more than 3 in-game days, yeah.
Okay.
So what would it have been?
And that was most people. Like Bjorn, his was like 2 days and like 20 hours or something.
He was under the map for a day of that though, so he got easy challenges done.
And hex unlocks and unlock tools and cheats.
Yeah.
So his has an asterisk for sure. But everyone seems to have taken about 3 in-game days.
I think the people that got it done really quickly, I want to say did it in about 50 in-game hours, and they were saying for like MW2 camo grind last year, for example, it took them about 80 in-game hours. And these are people that speed run it, so they're doing it way faster than you or I or anybody would do it. So I think most people on my friends list finish it around between 3 and 4 in-game hours.
Another thing to mention, by the way, this is with one. Yeah, this for me, this was 100% double weapon XP uptime. There was not a moment where I did not have double weapon XP, and that is one of the. That's the thing in this case that takes the longest for the camo grind is unlocking the challenges to be able to do the camos. So this is 100% double weapon XP token uptime, to be fair. So it would have taken no doubt longer if I didn't have as many double weapon XP tokens as I did. Because the guns would have leveled slower, obviously. So without all the tokens, it probably would have been, I don't know, an extra 12 hours maybe. So 3.5 days in game time. But in either case, still way faster than any other game. Did you ever check for the other mastery camos you've gotten? Such as Cold War. Oh wait, I have Dark Matter and you don't. Sorry, I forgot about that. Excuse me. For like MW19, how long did Damascus take you? Did you ever check, or any other game?
No. I just kind of based it off of time. So let's see.
Like real life time.
Let's do a little, when did MW2 launch last year? MW2 release date. October 28th. So I remember, if I'm not mistaken, no, maybe I'm thinking of MW19. God dang it, I don't know. I remember one year I got it like right before I left for Christmas. So like the 22nd, 23rd. And basically this month I got it on like the 4th of December or something. So it was like quite a bit earlier. And I had also been out of town this time. So it's probably about half of the amount of time it took for MW2.
Okay.
I don't remember if like MW19 was longer or MW2. I don't really remember. But this one was very straightforward for the most part. Yeah, very straightforward. And something we had also discussed, and I think we've kind of clarified, is that it was weird originally, and it doesn't make any sense that the challenges get easier typically and quicker as you go on. But after doing the whole challenge, I ended up liking that better. Because it's nice getting to the end and having all the priceless challenges unlocked and knowing like all of these challenges will take me 5 to 7 hours. Whereas like before, MW2, it's like, okay, now I have to do all of the long shots. I have to do hundreds of long shots, and you're dreading it. So it's actually nice. They probably did it on purpose this year. Well, they didn't. Sorry. They put everything in a randomizer this year because none of the challenges make sense. But it worked out well that as you got to the end of it, it got easier. So I think if they're going to do it some way and Because it wouldn't have changed the overall time if they had put those at the beginning, for example. It just made it a little bit less stressful as you go on, less annoying to kind of finish the challenges. When you get to something like a sniper and you have to get 3 headshots and then that gun is priceless. It makes it kind of fun when you get towards the end, because like if you play a lot and you're a little bit sweatier, all right, I got all of these challenges unlocked. This will take me a long day of playing or 2 days of my normal playtime, and that's it. And then you're done. You'd have nothing else to worry about. So I actually like how they did that this year. But just far less annoying than MW2, far less annoying. And I would kind of just say the only downside with all of it, as not annoying as it was for me completing it, I don't like how short it was, because everybody has it now. Every single person who's never had a mastery camo in COD went for it this year and got it in less than a month because of how quick it is. And I don't really like that. Because it used to be kind of interesting seeing mastery camos. Like, I remember in MW19 when we got Damascus, people were like, oh my God, this like Sweat has Damascus. And that was like 2 months after the game launched. That was like a month and a half, 2 months after, and then people are calling you a sweaty loser for having the camo by then. This game, it was 2 weeks and half of the world had it already. That's what it feels like. So, I kind of feel like if they're making a mastery camo challenge, they need to make it longer. I guess it actually really just came down to the amount of guns. Because if they were the same challenges, but they had like the normal 50, 51 guns like we had in MW2, this would have taken a lot longer. But that's just how it launched.
That's a good point.
So not a huge fan of that, because it's not interesting now. In our Warzone lobbies, no one doesn't have Interstellar. I've never died to a gun that didn't have Interstellar on it once in Warzone.
Yeah.
So that just kind of makes it boring.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. So a couple things I really liked. In past games, the priceless challenges were the same for every gun, as well as the forged challenges. So it was like forged would be long shots, and then priceless would be headshots for every single gun. And that was it was like straightforward and simple, but it was also kind of boring. But in those games, every gun's base camo challenges would be different from each other. Here, they swapped it. I actually like that they swapped it way better, because it makes way more sense. For every AR, you have 4 base camo challenges. The things that you want to make a camo challenge for one assault rifle will almost always make sense for every other assault rifle. So it makes complete sense to me that those are all the same 4 challenges for the whole category. It made doing them easy and straightforward and simple. And if the base camos make sense, the challenges, then it makes sense for the whole category, since they're all the same. I really liked that. And then save the unique challenges where they vary between guns for the later camos, where you have to maybe you can highlight the nuances of each gun. Like, for example, the FR556 get 21 burst kills. That's a cool challenge that obviously doesn't make sense for guns that aren't burst fire, so you can't have it as a base camo. And it's higher up in the camo chain. That's cool. That makes sense. And that's a camo challenge that makes sense for a burst fire gun. Get 1 burst kills. Yeah. That's exactly the type of camo challenge that should be in the game. Not mounted kills with a Renetti pistol in MW19. No one's ever mounting with a pistol in MW19. Why are you making me do this for a camo challenge? It's really dumb. But 1 burst kills with a burst fire AR, perfect. Great. That makes sense. And I would say a lot of the camos challenges actually make sense for the guns. More than usual. Now, let me be clear. There are a handful that don't make any darn sense for the guns that they are challenges for. hip fire kills while strafing with a light machine gun. What are we doing? That one, obviously, they missed the mark. But in general, a lot of the challenges actually made sense for the particular gun. And I also like that they didn't get personalized with the challenges until Forged and Priceless. I thought that was really cool. I also liked that, for the most part, the base camo challenges that were going to take you a while, they let you work on early. So, for example, get 50 kills while ADS with a pistol. You unlock that as camo level 2. So by the time you're at level 4, you're almost done with it. I like that.
Yeah.
So then you could work on those that are going to take a while you're leveling it still. I like that they did that, and oftentimes they have not done that. So I like all of those things. A couple things I don't like are, well, let me think. I mean, some of the challenges just were dumb, like getting stun kills. I just didn't like that. That's not like unique to a gun. Like hip fire kills with shotguns and SMGs. That makes sense to me because that's how you would often use those guns. But like kills while stunned, while someone is stunned, I guess you would use a SMG more in that way. Yeah, I guess that kind of does make sense actually, because you're not going to stun kill people with a sniper. It was just annoying, but I guess it does make sense actually. So maybe I'm just nitpicking there. But yeah, I liked a lot of it. Some of the individual challenges, again, were kind of goofy, but not that big of a deal. I think they also could have been harder for Forged and Priceless. Or at least less just monotonous. Like the Priceless challenge for the DG58 LMG. Get 25 hip fire kills while strafing. First of all, it doesn't make sense for an LMG. You shouldn't be hip firing LMGs. But let's say it did make sense. It's still just like too easy for the last camo. Like, make that something that doesn't even necessarily take longer, but there's more skill involved. It's like an LMG. I don't know what that could be. Get like 3 triple kills, for example, or something. I don't know. Because like an LMG is conducive to multi-kills. Because you have a large magazine and you do a lot of damage. So that like makes sense for a particular LMG or something. So I wish they just got a little harder at Forged and Priceless. Because again, like we said, the sniper category, I finished all 3 of them in one match with time to spare. I then moved on to the next thing. That's kind of dumb for Priceless. I couldn't do that for Forged. I couldn't do it for Gold. So like, why should I be able to do that for the last camo? I wish it would have gotten a little more challenging.
Yeah.
And then in terms of how long it took, that was a shame as well. But I think Tanner's actually right. That's probably because of the number of guns. If this had the same number of guns as MW 2, this still would have been a faster mastery camo grind than MW 2, but I don't think it would have been too fast. I think it was too fast, but I think the reason it was too fast is because of the number of guns, not the challenges themselves.
Yeah.
Overall, 8 out of 10 camo grind. I enjoyed it a lot. My biggest gripe is that it didn't take long enough, and that's, again, probably just because there weren't enough guns.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, my complaints are because everyone else has it, but from my point of view doing it, it was an excellent camo grind, right? Because it was fast. So here's my take, though. Like, I think having a lot of the challenges be totally miserable also made it feel very rewarding when you completed it. Damascus and Orion both. You just hated doing it. You hated finishing a bunch of these. Like, oh my God, I had to get... I mean, wasn't Damascus like 100 mounted kills? Maybe it was only 50, but I thought a lot of the guns, it was 100 mounted kills. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, it was a ton. So when you got
too many.
So when you got to the end of that, you're like, oh my God, finally it's done. So it felt very rewarding. Like, yes, I finally finished. This, I completed Interstellar and I just continued to exist. I felt nothing. I didn't feel happiness. I didn't feel rewarded. I just simply existed. So I think the best thing about the toxic, awful camo grinds is it weeds out the mentally weak, right? And I'm mentally strong, so I completed them and no one else did. So that's my thing. Also, Interstellar doesn't look as good as I thought it did. I don't know. It looks really good in dark lighting, but since Urzikstan is perfect and bright outside, unless you go in buildings, Orion looks better outside. Once you get inside, it looks dope, but I don't know. And then Priceless, I'm also over it. I think it's ugly now.
I don't like, I got off of it. I'm a Golden River secondary main.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Priceless, it
yeah.
just looks like cotton candy to me, and it just looks like a toy. Yeah. I hate it.
I just don't know if we'll ever really get... I kind of expect the camo grind going forward to be similar to this. They want it to be easier so it's achievable for a lot of people, but still, like, casuals who don't play the game often will never go for it. That's what they're for sure going for, and we'll probably continue to see that now. So
I agree with you. Yeah. I do like what you said, like having challenges be miserable does weed people out, the mentally weak. But like, I'd rather they be miserable because they are very difficult, not because they are just acoustic. So like in Cold War, there was, for the launchers, for one of the launchers, like the Pila equivalent in Cold War, you had to get double kills with it. And it was not a one-hit kill unless you got direct impact, even if they didn't have EOD. Splash damage couldn't kill with that gun or that launcher. So you could shoot right at someone's feet in core, and if they don't have EOD or they have EOD, they're not going to die. And you had to get like 10 double kills with it. So you had to queue hardcore and also melee people because you couldn't shoot 2 rockets in the timer for a multi-kill. So you had to either kill 2 people with 1 rocket, which even in hardcore was virtually impossible, because if one of them had EOD, even in hardcore, immediate splash damage wouldn't kill them. You'd have to somehow direct impact 2 people, which isn't possible. So you'd have to like queue hardcore 24/7 Nuketown and corner camp in a spawn building and melee people to get double kills. That was the only way to do it. This is not... Yeah, it's miserable. And yeah, it does weed out the mentally weak. Like you, who didn't do it. Dark Matter, which I have, by the way. But that's too miserable. It's miserable in the wrong way. I'd rather it be like, okay, for Priceless, for the Cat AMR, you have to get 5 Fury kills, which is like a 4 multi-kill. That would take a long time, but it would be because it's like difficult, not because it's just like, not because it's 1,000 mounted kills. That would take long too. Or because it's, something dumb, like get a triple penetration kill, like a triple collat. You know what I mean? That's what I would like. But all of this is a moot point because they're never going to do it. Like you said, they are absolutely going to continue this way, where the camos are all pretty dang easy to do. And it might take a while because there's a lot of guns or whatever, but even the most casual player can accomplish all of them pretty easily. It's just a time sink, basically. I think they will go forward with it, continue this kind of format going forward.
I'm looking at MW19 challenges. These don't even sound real. I can't believe we did this. And this is what I'm talking about weeding people out. Like, just for the M4 alone, you had to get 800 kills, 125 headshots, 160 crouching kills, 75 hipfire kills, 100 long shots, 100 mounted kills, 100 kills with 5 attachments, 50 after reloading, quickly after reloading, 110 no attachment kills and 35 3 kills without dying. And you had to do that for 8 ARs. I can't believe we did that. That sounds like too much, but I'm looking at a chart posted, and this supposedly is all the challenges. Unless this was pre-launch and they toned it down a little bit. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, most people would look at that and be like, that's outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, too, about this camo grind. I'm not sure where I fall on this. There are also fewer base camos.
Yeah.
So like you mentioned, MW19, how many base camos are there for the M4? Like 8?
8, I think, yeah.
Versus 4. That's another reason this camo grind was a lot faster, is there are just fewer challenges. Setting aside the number of kills per challenge or whatever, which is also lower in this game. 50 kills while ADS, like that's the most you're going to have to do. Whereas in MW19, it was, I guess, 100 was like the minimum for any challenge. There are also fewer challenges. So, fewer base camos. I don't know how I feel about that. I would be okay with like 6 base camo challenges for each gun. But then they'd have to make more camos, which they probably don't want to do. And then also, they would have to come up with 2 more challenges that make sense for the guns they're doing. And I wouldn't want to have to go back to getting mounted kills with shotguns, for example.
But it's also like, we have more camos now because every single challenge gives you a different camo. Whereas it used to be, you'd be doing the challenges and the same challenge on the M4, the Kilo, everything would be, it would just give you like the one pattern. So you just kept doing that over and over. So we get way more camos now, actually, which is why they do it this way.
Yeah, that's my mistake. I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah. So, but overall, yeah, it was a fun camo grind. I enjoyed it. And yeah, my biggest gripe is that it wasn't longer, basically.
Yeah, they made it too easy.
But if there were 50 guns, I think it would have been long enough, honestly.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe we had so many guns with the MW2 launch.
Mm-hmm. You know what else I really liked about this camo grind?
19, because that just sounds wrong. That sounds like way too many, right?
Yeah, that does sound insane. I thought it was like 75 max. And like 50 mostly. That does sound wrong.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's surprisingly difficult to find a website that lists the challenges for it that's like accurate. Everything is just MW2, even though I'm searching MW19, so I don't know.
Yeah. And then the thing I enjoyed most about this camo grind was I didn't have to do launchers. That's always the worst part of a camo grind, is like RPG challenges. Like, it's so boring and dumb.
True, that was the best part. Much. No riot shield, too. No riot shield.
No riot shield. Yeah, that too. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Yeah. Like, I would like this camo grind far less if I had to do a riot shield or launchers, for sure. No doubt.
Yeah, no, I found another website. That's correct. And I mean, SMGs are the same thing, just a little bit less, like 500 kills instead of 800. So yeah, that's why far less people used to do them, which I kind of preferred. So that's the only downside, just everyone has it. It's like, it ruins the feeling of having a mastery camo. I mean, so many people in our Discord alone that have never done it, like, oh, I'm going to do it this year. So they've been working on it. So, you know, like it's cool for those people that they've never got one before, like people that are maybe in their mind more casual, that they feel like they could do it. That's good for them, but I hate it. Yeah. And I hate you for getting it.
They could have just doubled all the numbers without even changing anything. So instead of 50 kills, make it 100. Instead of 5, make it 10. Whatever,
yeah, maybe instead of 3 suppressed kills for Priceless, make it 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have taken a lot longer. Yeah. So very cool. Anyway. Yeah.
I have Interstellar, though.
I have Interstellar. So that's it, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any other tips, leave them in the comments for
and leave us
passersby. And leave us money for Christmas. Put it in our stocking. And you can find our stocking online, actually, at thedropshot.com. Click on the donate button. and give us Christmas cash. And whoever gives us the most Christmas cash will be our close real life friend. Which is real and true. And definitely not a lie. Stay humble.
Stay humble.